Hey everybody, let me double check, make sure you are watching this live as it is happening. But yes, it is Thanksgiving Eve, Wednesday, November 27th, 2024. It is 12:15 p.m. Pacific time. And again, let me make sure you are watching this live and everything. But yes, it is Thanksgiving Eve. Like I said, it is November 27th, Wednesday, 12:15 p.m. Pacific. And yeah, right now I should be working, but I'm not. And here's the reason why. It's not because I used paid time off or paid sick. I kind of used paid sick to an extent, but it's none of that. And it's not because I used unexcused absences. No. The reason being is today, everybody that went in at 6, and maybe even a little after, I was one of those exceptions, a little after. Well, we basically got the option of either staying to 2:30 and getting a whole day in, or leaving and basically using our UA, unexcused absence, if you will, to basically have the rest of the day to ourselves. So I'm just checking the live stream here. Looks like everything is connected and everything. But yeah, basically they gave us the opportunity, like I said, to go home early. But the only catch is we would have to use our unexcused absence instead of using PTO, instead of using paid sick or whatever. But here's what I did, and I don't think this is going to hurt me at all. What I did basically is I went and I essentially what I did is I went and basically while I was waiting for the bus, which came actually just moments after I got dropped off, at the bus stop by my ride, or one of my rides that takes me to the bus stop. Now the bus showed up almost moments after, like 5 minutes after. Anyway, I'm going on our UKG app, which a lot of railhouse retailers use apparently. And I used paid sick to make up for the 10 to 12 minutes that I was late, due to the fact that my ride in the morning was kind of falling behind just a bit, not too much. But anyway, I did that, and hopefully that accumulates for me to get holiday pay. Even my ride to the bus stop says, I hope you do get it, and I think I will. I think they're not going to really judge anything on, missing 12 minutes and all that, especially if you're going to make up for those 12 minutes with paid sick. So I think it'd be fine. And I also asked one of our, I guess you could say, AI devices, whether or not, that would be an issue. And they basically came up with the answer of, no, it shouldn't be an issue. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, yeah. Instead of working today, or for the rest of the day, I should say. Again, we were given that option of either stay or go home, and surprisingly, a lot of folks decided to go home. It may have not seemed like a lot at first, but I guarantee you, as they were going through the rest of the warehouse, because the lunches were separate. The lunches and the breaks are separate. You see, today I was put in EA. I was put along with my ride to the bus stop and other people I worked with in trailer stripping or wherever, pack to light off staging and all that, off stacking, I should say. We were put in EAS tagging because that was a priority. And the reason that was a priority was mainly not because of the fact that, pack to light P2L affects it and everything, but also to get the items shipped out to the stores in time for tomorrow being officially Black Friday, even though Black Friday pretty much is already up and running across the board if you look around online and in store. But yeah, that's basically that was basically the main prerogative, if you will, in the long run. And for the time I was there, I actually got about, I would say, 12, 18, 20 boxes full of pants and full of dress pants and jeans, tagged and tagged, labeled, and put on the moving conveyor belt and shipped out. So I think I did pretty good. And like I said, it was during this time. Actually, it was after first break, a little after first break, and just before the lunch, the 10 o'clock lunch I would have taken. That one of the supervisors of that area said, "Hey, you want to do this, you want to do that." They were asking people, and a lot of people, like I said, probably more than I'm kind of getting a little tongue tied here. I am tired, even though it was a short day. I had to be up at 4 o'clock this morning, or 4:11 this morning, 4:11 a.m. Just to get myself ready. But anyway, like I said, basically they went around and they asked a lot of people, probably more so than I can imagine, because again, the lunches and the breaks are separate. So anybody that was probably going on the 10:45 lunch was getting asked even before then, and they probably took the day off too. So that's just my assumption. That's just my assumption. In that manner, if you will. But yeah, they asked around, and again, the only catch was the fact that we had to use unexcused instead of use other options to kind of take that time off. Now, I'll look at it this way. They came out and they said it's not VTO, but they're letting us go with it as UA. And I was thinking to myself as I got off the bus, I got off the bus about 2 hours ago, or a little under 2 hours ago. I got off the bus and I was thinking to myself, as I was walking back to my home, I was thinking to myself, you know what? They could say it's not VTO, but it is VTO. I mean, why would you go around, just like you were asking people if they want to take VTO, if they want to take VTO? It doesn't make sense to me. If you're going to say it's unexcused, then fine, But it's basically, at the end of the day, it's VTO. Let's be honest. It's VTO. It's voluntary time off. That's what it is. They're just not labeling it as such because I think they want to essentially, I guess make it look good for them and all that in the long run, because, they got to report, a lot of this to the upper management and everything. So again, just my opinion that I think it was, I don't think, it was really necessarily looked at as, just, oh, you want to just go home and, it's going to be unexcused. No, I look at it like it was, it's actually VTO. They're just not wording it in that manner, in my opinion. So that's just me looking at it from that perspective. That it has to be VTO, but they're just not wording it as such because, again, it's it's the day before the holiday, and they don't want probably they don't want themselves to look bad or anything or stuff like that. Excuse me. So I think honestly that I think that's why in everything as well, and yeah. So yeah, that's basically what I think it is. And if there's any ads that do pop up during this, guys, I do apologize. And super chats are open, guys. If you want to help donate in that manner, it really help me out as well. Whatever you can afford to do, be greatly appreciated. But anyway, like I said, and I am recording this on my GoPro. That's why you can see a little bit more of the room. But like I said, they just let us out, and just to I guess you could say get ourselves ready for going out and being with family tomorrow and everything. Kind of get a head start, if you will, as well as get get certain things, like certain ingredients and stuff that we still need, um, for whatever we're bringing for Thanksgiving this weekend. So, it was. So yeah, they gave us this option, and we took it. My ride actually, my ride to the bus stop had her reasons, and that's all I'm gonna say. But anyway, that's pretty much how it was. And this week was okay. It was fine. For me, I was supposed to work as I mentioned on Sunday with the channel update. I was supposed to work on Sunday. The way they had it scheduled, because it's Thanksgiving week, was instead of having Sunday off, we were going to work Sunday to make up for the fact that we wouldn't have to work on Friday or Saturday, in the towards the end of the week, during the Thanksgiving holiday. So they said we're going to do Sunday. Unfortunately, my ride to work, who, as I mentioned in the channel update, is basically God first above everything else, and that's pretty much very important and the right thing to look at and go with. They basically told me, look, I'm not going to get up early to take you to work on Sunday when I could get up, when I could sleep in and then a little bit and then get myself up, go to church. So I had to basically do a paid sick leave for that day. I did a paid sick leave for that day. And then yesterday and Monday, I had to do 2 hours paid sick so that at least I could get paid for a 10-hour day. Not just a 8.5 hour day, but a 10.5 hour day. So I had to use paid sick between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m., 4 a.m. to 6 a.m., to, like I said, get paid for at least 10 hours. But yeah, outside of that, today was just one of those days to where go in regularly and work and see what happens. And I felt like they were going to, I felt like they were going to probably do something like this, let people go home early, and I think the reason being is because basically you have been pushing a lot of the workers over the past week or so to come in early, earlier than they should, and then you have them doing the same for at least yesterday and Monday, and then you're having them come in on Sunday when they shouldn't. So I think that's another reason why they did it, to kind of make up for, hey, we shouldn't have had them work on Sunday, and hey, we shouldn't have had them come in early on these 2 days. Because as I've said before, even with last week, I don't know if I'm the only one that sees it this way, but the 4 a.m. scheduling really wasn't necessary, in my opinion. I think they just did it, for precautions, just like they did Monday and Tuesday of this week. But I think it was just not really necessary, honestly. I don't think it was necessary whatsoever. But that's just my opinion, guys. That's just my opinion. But outside of that, we did catch up on a lot of things. For me, at least, on Monday and Tuesday, I got back to doing stripping. What's funny, though, is on Monday, I came in, and the first thing I'm told is I'm going to help with off-stacking for Pack-to-Light. Basically take the pallets, put on, not the pallets, but take the boxes of items, that's coming through coming down the conveyor belts and everything, and put them on pallets and then shrink wrap them. Well, after the first break, from that area, I get told I got to go to stripping. So I'm going back to stripping, and I remain there for the rest of Monday, and then I go to stripping yesterday as well. And I can tell you this honestly, as I've said before, I don't know who's packing these trailers to be shipped or be driven and shipped over to the distribution centers. But who's ever packing them, they need to be trained better. They need to be trained better, because I got a compliment yesterday that on Monday I called out some safety issues with the trailers. Like one of the trailers I was working on basically had pallets in the middle. Usually the pallets, if there's any pallets on the trailer, they're in the back. But these were in the middle, and on top of them, you had a bed frame, obviously for display, and broken pallets. And I had to report that. And I think I reported something else on another trailer that I worked on as well. And then yesterday, I had a similar situation, or me and my partner, me and her had a similar situation with a trailer we were working on, to where basically, when you look up, on top of the empty totes, you had two shelves, two of the metal shelves that, they would hook up and everything. They would hook up and everything. You had two of the metal shelves and all that hooked up, and not hooked up, but I just got a little distracted by my phone, told me the connection got lost, which it didn't. But anyway, for the live stream. But anyway, like I said, basically, they had two metal shelves on top of the totes, the empty totes, and I had to be careful how I brought them down, because if you're just going to pull them down, they're going to hit you right in the face. So those were safety issues that I had to report, and like I said, I got compliments for the one I reported on Monday. So kind of a decent week for me in the complimentary department, if you will. And then today, I come in a little later than I want to, but basically within the time frame of 6 o'clock and all that, which everybody was. And basically, I was put into tagging, and like I said, I got about, I would say, 20 boxes taken care of. Because all you have to do is tag the pants or tag the dress pants, put them in, tag the shirts or whatever, put them in, and then go click, 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 click on the labels that are already on, the scan bars on the labels that are already on the boxes, and go and print out the labels you need, put them on, and then put them on the moving conveyor belt to be shipped off to wherever they got to go. So, so I did, so that's what I was doing today. And then, like I said, what happened is not even about 15 minutes before lunch, the 10 o'clock lunch, 10 a.m. lunch I was supposed to take, because I was in tagging, myself and many others get asked if we want to go home. Like, hey, you want to go home? It's going to be unexcused, but you want to do it? And I'm like, sure, no problem. Because at first I was going to stay because my ride, like I said, they had some other issues they had to take care of, personal issues, so they wanted to leave, so they were planning to leave early anyway to take care of those issues. And I thought, well, I could go with you. You could just, I could leave early as well. They're like, no, it's fine, it's no problem. You could stay. I was like, okay, I'll stay. And then, of course, the supervisor comes around and starts doing that, and I'm like, okay, not an issue. If I'm getting this opportunity presented to me along with everybody else, I'll take it. And like I said, I'm not the only one that took it, because many people did. Many people took the opportunity to go home early and basically, I guess, take care of what they need to take care of, when it comes to Thanksgiving and such, going forward. And I thought that was cool. I thought that was cool of them. And again, like I said, they could say it's unexcused absence all they want, but let's be honest, it's actually VTO. It's voluntary time off. That's what it is. They can hide it all they want, but it's not unexcused absence, in my opinion. It's VTO. It's VTO. Now, you might say, well, what if they deduct it from your unexcused absence? Yeah, they probably will, and I think they have, but I believe it's actually VTO. I think it's just another way of doing VTO. They're just going the unexcused absence route to make themselves look good, and if it means subtracting what would have been like 4.5 hours remaining of work, then so be it. But I think, it's just another way of saying, hey, we're offering VTO, and then that's it. And then next week, they got us coming in at 40 hours, so that's good. Well, at least for me, it's going to be less than that, unfortunately, due to the fact that my ride, as I've mentioned before, that takes me to work, she requested Oh, they requested, I should say, they requested basically Monday and Tuesday off weeks ago because they need a little bit of a mental, physical break from the job, the pre-K job that they do. And basically, they said, look, we're not going to take you in. You're going to have to find another way. You're going to have to take those days off. So I'm going to take them off. And I don't think I'm going to be the only one that takes them off because there's a lot of people that work in various jobs that when it comes to the Thanksgiving holiday that are going to be gone up until at least next Wednesday, if not next Thursday or whatever. And that's a fact. That is a fact. And I don't think anybody watching here live or watching post live of the stream is going to disagree. I don't think anybody would. And that's just a wrong number. I do apologize for that. But anyway, I don't think anybody would disagree with that. Honestly, I don't think anybody watching this live right now or post live would disagree. That it's, basically, a time of year to where you might ask for a certain time off, but hey, you might have to stay away for maybe a day or two later because, hey, you want to have a little bit more of a rest period. And that's kind of what my ride is doing. They're basically saying, hey, I'm going to take Monday, Tuesday off, get my physical and mental facilities back into shape, and then I'll go back on Wednesday. And there you go. And that kind of plays into my unexcused absence again that I'm going to have to take on those 2 days, reducing it even more going forward. But outside of that, not really much has happened. Not really much has happened, and it's been, to me, when I look at this November, and I compare it to last November when I was over at this job, I look at it like, this November, yeah, it's been busy, you could tell, but it's been like a light busy. It's been like an on and off like busyness. Like you could see the results, but you also know that but you also see and feel like it hasn't been that bad. Like, again, the extra hours or the additional hours to the schedule were not needed, and such. So it's kind of looked at in that manner. So really, just really one of those intriguing months that, I just can't get over. That, yeah, it was busy, but it was also like, it felt like it was not busy, if it makes any sense. But yeah, it was, it's been like I said, an interesting month, working. This Thanksgiving week has been interesting. And another thing that kind of told me we were going to probably get this opportunity today, be let out early. Again, they could call it unexcused and use that all they want as a reasoning and maybe even deduct from the UA. But let's be honest, it's just another way of saying, hey, we're offering VTO. But the reason I also knew it was going to happen is yesterday, and they do this every November, come to Thanksgiving, they hand out a pie. They give you a pie to take home. And it's a Costco pie under the Kirkland signature series. And normally they would hand it out. I think they handed it out, on Thanksgiving Eve last year. But this year, yesterday, is when they handed it out. And that told me, and I even said this to myself before work yesterday, that if we get our pies yesterday, there's a good chance they're going to offer VTO, go home early, get rested up to be with family and everything the next day. And lo and behold, that's exactly what happened. Whether people believe me on that or not, that's exactly what happened. So it was kind of cool to get that opportunity, like I said, to be able to go home early and just, rest up, relax, and in my case, have some time to do what I have to do, some time to myself, if you catch my drift, and really just get myself ready for tomorrow to spend with my family. And that's really about it. Now, as far as the rest of the week goes, the plan, if things work out the way they do, the plan, at least for these additional, I guess you could say, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 6 days, if you will. The plan is to transition into the Christmas season and get a lot of the Christmas decorations and the tree up and running once again, so that, we have it up, for the season. We have it ready to go. And, just like I said, go from there and see what happens. As well as start shopping for presents and stuff. I mean, today what I got to do in a little bit is do Instacart or DoorDash. And I got to basically get some items to take over for Thanksgiving tomorrow to my relatives. Because I said I would be the one doing it. I said I'd be the one getting the Hawaiian rolls, maybe a Coors and a Modelo as well. As well as maybe the soda, a few additional things. And that's about it. That's about it. But yeah, that's pretty much what the plan is for the rest of the week going forward after today and tomorrow. But yeah, got to go home early today. And again, my job could say, oh, it's not VTO, it's unexcused absence. He's just like, okay, fine. Call it what you want. Use whatever methods you have to kind of, justify, you calling it that or going with that. I guess you could say reasoning. But let's be honest, it's just another way of saying VTO. And that's what it was, in my opinion. But, yeah, not too much going on. Not too much going on whatsoever. Basically I got my Bose Soundbar 600 over here now in front of my TV instead of on the movie shelf, if you will, movie dresser. And it actually does sound a lot better. There's no doubt about that. And really, that's all I can really say. That's all I can really say as to what's going on. I am going to try to get more content out to you guys as far as my CAW Creative Wrestling League goes. I got a couple of new characters I'm going to add in. I'm going to create and add into the roster. Some that you've seen before in previous installments. And just go from there. But anyway, though, guys, I just wanted to do this little live stream vlog that I'm actually recording courtesy of my GoPro. But let me know what your thoughts are down below. Let me know if you guys have been let off early today from your jobs for Thanksgiving. Let me know if you guys have ever gone through something like, your supervisor saying, oh, it's not really VTO, it's unexcused, but it's actually, it's just another way of saying VTO and all that. Let me know. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if any of your jobs throughout this month have had you schedule-wise come in early, but then you look back and feel like that wasn't really necessary, but you understand why they did it. Let me know. Love to hear from you guys on that. And really, that's about it. So until next time, guys, if I don't do any more videos after this or live streams, which I should, since I have a little bit more time to myself today than I normally would coming home from work, let me know. We'll just see what happens from there. But if not, what I'm trying to say is I hope you all have a healthy and safe Thanksgiving with your family and friends. And really, that's all I can say right now. Have a healthy, safe Thanksgiving with your family and friends. And again, I'm saying this and I'm wishing you guys that. And just in case I don't put anything else up, I should. But if not, again, I hope you all have a happy and healthy Thanksgiving with your family and friends. Enjoy yourselves. Eat a lot of food. Get enough leftovers to make a lot of sandwiches if you want to. And let me know if what you guys are bringing for your families. I mean, are you bringing Watergate salad, which is ambrosia, if you will? Let me know. Let me know if you're bringing that to your family. I know I'm doing that with my family. But let me know what you guys' thoughts are and what I've had to say here and everything. And again, hope you all have a safe and healthy Thanksgiving. And I thank the Lord for this opportunity to be able to come home early and be able to do this. And I do thank you guys for all the support you've been giving me throughout this 10 years since basically summer 2008. Really appreciate it, guys. So far, this has been one of the better financial years for me monetization-wise here on YouTube. So I do thank you guys for that. And again, if anything else comes up, any more videos, you will see them. But if not, y'all take care. Spend time with your family. And until then, guys, I will talk to y'all later. Ring the bell for notifications. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Click on the links in the description as well as on my Teespring store at the bottom. Check out some merchandise there you can't get anywhere else, especially in time for Christmas. And also, guys, check me out at deviantart.com at BVW1979. But until next time, guys, I hope you all have a health and safety, I'm getting myself tongue-tied here. But I hope you all have a healthy and safe Thanksgiving with your family and friends. And if I do any more videos, you will notice and see them here on my channel. But if I don't have any after the rest of the day, and if it's kind of sporadic throughout the next few days, you'll understand why. As I've mentioned before, it's during that time of year where, certain things become a priority, and you just got to work around those situations. You know what I mean? But until next time, guys, I will talk to y'all later. And until then, I am out.